want all of you to come on video. All of you to come on video. Okay, there's an activity that I want to do right now. Okay, hey Brian, nice seeing you. Yadav, good to see you after a long time. Hi Manmat, Saurabh, Subrata, hey Wilson. Okay, all of you come on video fast, quick.
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry.
No problem. Hey, hi Gurdev. Okay. Who else? Yadav, good to see you. Who else? Jayashree, Pratibha, PD Borude, Karthik. Okay, no problem. How many of you ever are able to come on video? Please do that. Okay, it's a fun activity. Okay, Vijay, Girish, Papia, Subrata, Gibran, Apurva. Hi guys, all of you be on video, please. Come on video. Okay, now what we're going to do is, before we begin, I want you all to transfer your energy to me. Okay, how are we going to do that? Through this video. Okay, all of you keep your hand in the middle. Okay, middle of the screen. Yeah. So the way you do this, you just take it like this and then whoosh. Okay, that's how you give me energy. All right. Count of 1 and 2 and 3. Whoosh. Thank you. Thanks for the video. Okay, so stay on. Get used to being on the video all the time, guys, because this is what we need to be extremely comfortable, right, in our line of business that we are in. Yeah. So let me again bring this up. Let me bring this up. Okay. Yes, that was the code of honor. Good. Next one is straight away. Let's jump to the topic. Okay. You've given me the, hey Pratibha, you're in the hospital. That's fine. Karthik, low bandwidth. Manmat, you're driving. Hey, no worries. Understand. No problem. As long as you're able to hear me and actually, rake in all the information that I'm going to share, because this is a game changer in your life. I don't think so anyone would have structured it the way I have actually done it, based on months and months of actually researching a lot on this. I have come up with this life continuity plan. Okay, it sounds simple, but there's lots and lots of thought process which has gone in. Have you guys heard of an example of a woodcutter who says, so there was this one guy who bought a beautiful axe, and he was just trying to hit and chopping the tree. Okay, he tried, and then he was still not able to. Then there's this guy who's been a woodcutter for almost 20 years. He comes, and within 5 minutes he's able to do that. Okay, and this guy asked him, how come? I've tried for like hours together, I was not able to. How come you did it in 5 minutes? He says, it is not what you cut, it's how you cut it at the precision point and go on with that full energy. And that takes a lot of experience, right? And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. This is with my experience, I'm bringing this. Hey Karuna, hello, this with my experience, I'm bringing this. So I want you to consume as much as possible, right? Yeah, game on, just type in game on, then we're going to start. Type in game on, and then we're going to start with the beautiful topic of today. And that's nothing but the life continuity plan. Okay. What is this life continuity plan? Okay. One is you need to understand, why do we need the life continuity plan? Okay. How can you do this? And then you will be able to download your free copy that I'm giving, so that you live your life free, because it's worthwhile, right? Now, what we'll do is, sometimes this gives me a trouble, my mind note. Okay, so let's talk about Radha's story. Okay, let's talk about Radha's story. Are you able to see my screen? Those of you who are able to, please let me know that yes, you are able to. Then I will proceed. Okay, so yes, there you go. And I'm going to put this in a presenter view. Okay, able to see this clearly? Yes. Okay, amazing. Thank you. Thanks for confirming that. Okay. Out of this, in this life continuity plan, where I'm going to make you realize how to make your life worthwhile. You'll understand these 3 things end of the session. You will understand why you must have a life continuity plan. You learn the importance of financial planning for yourself and your family, and enable you to make better money decisions for life. Okay, this is what I try to achieve by end of this session. Okay. Now, I think, most of you already know me. I'm Vivek Gangadhar. I live in Bangalore, happily married, got 2 daughters. You know what? My father, he was a chartered accountant by profession. He died when I was 21 years old. That's almost 20 years back. Okay? It was in an accident. My mother, she was a householder and she comes from a village background. Okay? Not basic school education is what she had, and extremely limited knowledge on money and finances. Okay? And she was completely dependent on my dad for everything. Because of my dad's death, suddenly we found ourselves stuck, without any income, and we actually struggled to pay off the dues. Um, so much so that, finally we decided to sell our house, sell our own house, to sustain our life. And so I came down to almost like, on streets. Okay, no house to live in, no food to eat, no money to, earn. And then, of course, I got the knowledge about money from my father, okay, and the experiences of mismanaging that, from my mother. Of course, I have nothing against her. It's just that with her limited knowledge at that point of time, she did her best. Okay, but I never got the skills of how to handle failure myself. So what I realized is, money failed me, and I failed money. So born and studied in Bangalore, decided what to become a chartered accountant myself, and I become a CA. And I worked for 4 multinational companies so far, for almost like 18, 20 years. But still, I was never taught how to manage money. Okay, only knowledge was given, but not the skill set to earn more money and actually managing it the way it is supposed to be managed. Guess what? I also lost my job in 2018 after 17 years of working, and couldn't even pay my daughter's school fees, and EMIs as well. I felt like a loser. I felt that I have failed again. That's when I actually decided, what? Why? How come these guys, someone who's big, how are they, making it big time, and why not? Right? And I enrolled for 6 courses, and then I understood Blair Singer, I understood Robert Kiyosaki, Ken Honda, and all about money. I learned the tricks and trades, the secrets from them. And what I learned is what really money is and how you treat it well so that it treats you back. How many of you agree with that? If you treat money well, it treats you back well. It's like a baby. Okay, it's like your baby. Yeah. So that's exactly why I want to spread this good knowledge and skills so that you can manage things as well, very well, and walk the earth with your head held super high. Okay. Would you like me to share these skills with you? Yeah. Now, the question is, why am I really doing this? Yeah. I never stop learning every single day. I would love to learn and teach simultaneously. One of the golden triangle of SITS. By the way, I've also, over a period of 10 years, have helped around 1,200 people in the areas of money management, taxation, insurance, investments. I've got them to realize themselves together an additional, at least a minimum of 2 crores from their own money they're able to generate. Okay, that's the kind of workshops I manage with them, and that's how they've generated. Okay? See, because I've done all these things and I've understood so many people who've gone through making money, but they've not been able to really sustain it because of some small decisions or perhaps ignorance on their part. That's exactly what I'm about to teach you. It's not just managing money, it's not just earning money, making sure that stays for your family, for your kids, and for generations to come. Okay, that's exactly what this life continuity plan is all about. Okay. Look, I love my daughters so much. I love my wife so much. I love my friends so much, relatives. I love my students so much. I love my clients so much. Right? I want to make their lives beautiful. I want to make yours also beautiful. Okay, that's why I do this. Yeah, makes sense? Type in MS. If you think it makes sense that I'm about to talk about all these things to you, type in MS. Okay, type in MS. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's meet Radha. CA Radha. By the way, this is not a hoax story. This is not a, this is the real story of a chartered accountant. Of course, the name is changed. Her name is Radha. She was happily married, and she had a 6-year-old son. Okay? When she was 38, her husband, who was into, doing very well practice as well as some businesses, he passed away when she was 38 years old. Okay, he had a cardiac arrest and he passed away. The struggle she went through was like, unbearable. Okay, what really happened? Let's understand this. Because she though she was a CA, she cocooned herself. She got very how do I say? You know what? My husband is there. He's protecting me. He's taking care of things for me. It's okay. You know, she kind of limited herself that her life is like this and her son. And she was really happy and content with that. Let's understand the struggles she went through when her husband passed away. Look, the hospital bill came up to 2 lakh rupees. Okay, she had only 60,000 rupees in her account. Husband died. What will she do? She didn't know. She didn't even know that health insurance that her husband had taken. So, what is the amount of money that she had to cough up from her pocket? 2 lakhs was the bill. 60,000 was the money that she had in her account. How much money she had to pay from her pocket then? Put in that comment. How much money she had to pay, Karthik, to the hospital? 2 lakh was the bill, but she had only 60,000. 140,000, 1,40,000. So where will she get? Yeah, let's understand all that. She didn't know which bank the SB accounts were in. Husband had multiple bank accounts. She didn't know because she was like, what, everything is hunky dory, will be taken care of. She didn't know where all her husband had invested the money in. She didn't know what the liabilities were. Okay. Worse than that, okay, let's say if she could somehow transfer the funds from one bank account to another bank account, she has to use her husband's phone, yes or no, for app or OTP. She didn't even have the mobile password, unlock password of her husband's mobile. Fine, she got a laptop, she tried to search for email, she didn't know the password to her husband's email ID. You see what I'm saying? You see the struggles she's practically going through? She didn't know what are all the life insurances of her husband. She didn't know how to get her husband's PF money from, how to withdraw all this. Okay? And if she had so much of insurance that she's legally the nominee, she should be aware. How will the insurance company pay you money if you don't go tell them that, hey, look, my husband had taken policy, he's no more, I need to give me this money. If she doesn't have an idea, how will she do that? Right? And she didn't know how much was his credit card liability and what was the repayment plan that he had to that. All these things added to a lot of financial troubles. Yes or no? Yes or no? Can you visualize? Can you imagine what kind of struggles she has gone through? This can actually happen to any of us. Happen to any of us. I've been actually a victim because my dad passed away. I've gone through this. Okay, and now let's understand. Okay, what did she then do? Okay, she had these problems. What did she do then? Right? She had to run pillar to pillar to get legal affidavits just to even access her husband's email ID and mobile unlocking. It has to go through a legal route. Okay? Then she had to rush in life to find a job to start earning because money stopped. Right? And then she wasted 2 years of her beautiful life just to, just trying to juggle things around. Look at this. Her son's school fees started. She didn't know how to keep up with that. First of all. Next, banks started to visit her house to ask for EMI payments. Yeah. And then guess what? Credit card companies next visited her for repayment. Total due was around some 6 lakhs, which they had actually used it for a abroad trip that they had taken together, a few months back. Okay. And she didn't know what was the repayment plan her husband had made. Then, worst cases, on top of all these things, some creditors, money lenders started visiting her house, saying that her husband had taken money from them that she had to repay. Okay, it was some 20 lakh rupees. She was shocked. She was like, what the hell, for what? And then later she realized that he had actually borrowed towards the purchase of the house. And private lending, you know how much it is. Any guesses? Private lending, what's the rate of interest that they charge? Private lending, the rate of interest that they charge per month basis. Not bank, not institution. 2% to 3% to 4%, 5% per month they charge. Per month. Okay. So, and then lenders started coming in. So, monthly EMI was around 1 lakh rupees. Okay. For 6 months, she couldn't keep up with the EMI because she was juggling around. Her CIBIL score dropped. Okay. And she didn't get any further loan from the banks. Then finally, what happened? She borrowed money personally again from private financing at 2% per month interest. She repaid this over 3 years' time. Why she borrowed this money? Is to repay the other guys and all those things. She repaid this over 3 years' time. You know what? she in fact underwent a severe financial loss as well. She lost totally 25 lakh rupees. How? 1.4 lakhs for the hospital that she had to pay, that's lost. It's gone from her pocket because she didn't know health insurance was there. 6 lakhs of EMI, 8.4 lakhs. Interest, penalty charges on credit card, all these things together are some 2.6 lakhs. Okay, this total came up to 8.4, sorry, 7.4 plus 2.6, 10 lakhs. Then interest on personal financing that she borrowed was 12 lakhs, 22 lakhs, and 3 lakhs on credit card dues and interest, late payment, and this blah blah blah, altogether totally 25 lakhs she lost. Imagine, out of a sudden, all of them just came down her life. She was emotionally and financially drained out. She forgot what love was, okay, and she forgot to be happy. Then her friends and relatives, worst case, they started slowly distancing from her because they realized there's a lot of financial troubles, right? How many of you have faced when you have really, really financial troubles and you want people to help you, but you visualize or you sense that they're kind of stepping out? How many of you have faced it from your own relatives, friends, family? Type in me in case if you have faced something like that. I think, yeah, see, most of us, including me, my own, both my mom's side, dad's side, sets of uncles, aunts, everyone just within not even years, within 1-2 months, they vanished. Okay, when they got to know that we had these troubles. So anyway, because of this, she started to get a little depressed. And guess what? For absolutely actually no mistake on her side, right? She was happy, content, such a lovely woman. But imagine she had to go through this. Then what happened? She started to show this disappointment on her son. Okay, she's very occasionally or rather frequently she started to lose it on him, getting angry, shouting at him, sometimes even beat him up. Okay, and you know what? For absolutely no mistake on the child. What has child done? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So what has actually impacted on her son? His mental conditioning, how it became? He was in utter confusion. He went very low on self-esteem. Okay. He blamed himself for his own father's death, thinking that he's like, he doesn't know why his mom is shouting at him. And he's thinking it's because his father died and it's because of him. That's why she's angry with him. And then he realized that money is evil. Because of this, there is no happiness. You see the mental conditioning of what happened to a 6-year-old child. Yeah, he questioned his own birth, why he was born, because this happened. And then what? He lost faith in his mother. And again, remember this: all this happened for absolutely no mistake on either his side or her side also. Yeah. Now the question is, what do you think his earning potential would be when he grows up in his life? What does he think about money then? Any guesses? Any guesses? What do you think he would be thinking about money, or even earn more money, because he has this childhood experience which is which can go on for life for him? Very less potential. Money is bad and evil, even though he has tremendous potential of 100 crores to earn even 100 rupees. He'll be thinking, he'll think money is bad. He has full negative thoughts about money. Thank you. And at the same time, because he lost his faith in his mother, what do you think his thought process about relationships would be, about a woman would be when he grows up? Yeah, see the impact on the child, what will happen. Why? Because his parents didn't have a life continuity plan. Okay, that's why he went through this. Hate, yes? Yeah. Now, do you want to, the question really is, for you in your life, okay, how many of you are married here? Just type in the letter M if you're married. If you're married, type in letter M. Yeah, thank you, Wilson, Karuna, Karthik, Gurdev, Pratibha, Tina, Mohan, Murli, Brian, Vijay, Jayashree. All of us, most of us are married, right? We have our parents also. Imagine this: if something happens to us in the next 10 minutes, do you know what will happen to you in the next 10 seconds exactly? No, right? Anything can happen to any of us anytime, right? That's why you would want to think is, do you want to light up your family's future, or do you want them to remain in dark? Type in bulb on moment in case there's anything that you have actually figured out that yes, you need to light up your family's future. Type in bulb on, bulb on. Yeah. Now, let's talk about some other facts, real facts. Okay, statistics. As per Times of India, amongst COVID deaths that has happened, 1.55 lakhs in India, latest one. Okay, maybe a few weeks back, a whopping 43% of them were aged between 30 and 59. I think more or less our type of age. This is the prime age of earning real high income for any individual. Therefore, if something happens, can you imagine? Yeah. Then accidental deaths are still the number one cause for deaths in India. Yeah. 2.2 lakh men have died in 2017 due to accidents. I'm sorry, I don't have the latest figures, but the way we have seen, maybe in 2019 could have reduced, sorry, 2020 reduced because people were not traveling, but otherwise accidental deaths are still the highest. Yeah. The risk of death is always there and can happen to anyone anytime. And guess what? It can happen to you or your spouse too. Yeah. That's exactly why. Do you agree? First of all, do you agree with that? What I'm saying? Yeah. Just type in agree. That's exactly why we are now entering the concept of life continuity plan. Yeah. So now imagine this. Now imagine this. If Radha, okay, if she were better prepared to meet contingencies and emergencies in life, if she knew all the financial dealings of her husband, if she knew all the investments about her husband, if she knew all the insurances that her husband had taken in her name and his name, knowing all his credit card numbers, PIN, etc. Imagine if she knew his bank account details, okay? The PIN numbers, the login ID, password, online banking, knowing the PIN of his mobile, password to his email ID, and if they had jointly done a will, do you think she would have actually gone through all the shit and trouble that she had to face? If she were transparent with him on all her dealings, and if he were transparent with her on all his dealings, that's where the life continuity is secured, my friend. How beautiful her life would have been, right? And imagine what her son's future would be. Am I able to paint a picture? Yeah. So Karuna is saying no. Husband should share everything to wife. Yes, in my opinion, both. Both. It should be transparent. All financial dealings, everything has to be transparent because it has a big impact. Okay. So now let's enter into the zone of life continuity plan. Okay. Let me stop sharing this again. I need to share. Yeah, that's right, Corona. She should not have suffered. I'm with you on that. Totally with you. Okay. Let's talk about the life continuity plan. And yes, there you go. Okay. This is a simple file. Simple file it looks like. Okay. So instructions are given here. All of you are going to get a copy of this, a PDF version though, PDF version. Okay. See, basically, this is something which has to be filled by you and your spouse respectively. In fact, recently last week I did a session exclusively for mothers, only for mothers and women. Okay, life continuity plan, and that's where I got a good feedback from one of the participants saying that, sir, this financial life continuity plan should not be only between spouses; it should be along with parents and in-laws also. I said, great. I asked her why. She's like, my brother, 29 years old, he recently got married, and he had some health condition and he passed away. Okay, and wife wife had all the information. It so happens that in that family, I'm not saying that it's a general thing, but in that family, what happened was his wife got to know, but wife was not ready to divulge any further information to his parents, the guy who died, because parents were also panicky, and they're like 29 years they were together, and they themselves they were completely dependent on him. And this woman who told me about the story was the guy's sister. She's like, yes, my sister-in-law has all the information, her life is secured, it's fine, but what about my parents? They have no clue about it. So that's also another reason why I would say it should be a family thing together. Okay. So basically, there is basic details. You just type in your name, okay, date of birth, gender, permanent address, current address, primary mobile number, and the mobile number unlock PIN or password. Okay. Next, secondary mobile numbers. That one same. Email ID associated with the mobile number. Say for example, how many of you are Apple users? Apple, iPhone users. How many of you are iPhone users? iPhone, everything is linked to an Apple ID, correct? Even if you have unlocked the phone for so many times, do you need to have the Apple ID password also, right? So that also has to be actually made available, okay? And then what's the password to unlock the laptop? Many times what we think the basic thing which is obvious is like, हाँ चलता है, but this is where you get stuck in life and you wouldn't know what to do, okay? And what's the password to unlock the iPad or tablet? Yeah, and then what's the email ID, and then PAN, Aadhaar. Okay, this is the basic information that you need to fill it up for yourself and your spouse and your child, and let's say your father, mother. Yeah. Similarly, you got to. All of us are in business now here. Yes or no? We're all business owners, correct? So wife or husband should know the name of the business and the type of business. Many a times in my experience of 12, 14 years of doing my CA practice, I've come across a lot of my clients where they're doing the business in the name of the wife, and wife has no idea about it. Wife just signs the paper, whatever husband says. I'm not saying it's wrong. Okay, it may be okay from taxation perspective, but as a human being, you have the right to know what you're signing on. As a human being, you have the right to know everything what your spouse is doing. Yeah. So this is one of the area how all those things will get captured. All you have to do is just sit together jointly and write down what's the type of business. In case if there are any partners or directors, name them. Then what's the company registration number, GST number, PAN number, TAN number of the business, email ID of the business, and the password for that email ID also. Because many a times in business, there's so many conversations that happens via official IDs. And how will the spouse ever get to know? In case if you're a business owner, I'm talking about, not if you're an employee of a company as a business owner. You would perhaps, your auditor might realize there might be so many money that is due to come to the business. If the spouse is not there, who will follow? And those guys, customers will, everyone's happy not to pay, right? We live in a world like that. And what's the ownership share in case if there's any partner director, okay? Name of the cloud drive where all the documents relating to business setup are stored, okay? What are the documents? By the way, here I have something called a checklist for business here, okay? Go to make sure all the registration certificates like ROC, GST, partnership form, deed, SIN of the company, PAN, GST copy, IT login ID of the business, IT login password of the business, and MSME certificate, all of them should be uploaded on the drive. And here is a check mark, uploaded, yes or no. Yeah. How many of you are actually finding this a little powerful? Yeah. Just type in powerful. If this is powerful, just wait until I complete this entire file. Okay. You'll be mind blown. Trust me on this. Okay. And what's a password to access this cloud drive? Then what are the information about salary? Let's say if you're not in business, if you're salary, imagine name of the company, PAN of the company, company portal links. Many a times we wouldn't know which particular portal link to go to download some information about the latest payslip. Okay, for example, 2001 when my father passed away, I had to submit his payslips and some, not payslips, some documents. I had no clue. Everything I was like asking the CA and the auditor, and they're like, "Sorry, we don't have." Okay. Finally, we actually lost a lot of money like this only because we didn't have the information. Okay. So company portal links, payroll to download IT computation, PF balances, payslips, put down all the portals here. Then ID and password to access those you need to put in here. Then PF number of the employee, UN number, login ID to access UN, password, and name of the cloud drive where all the documents relating to employment are stored, and password to access this cloud drive. It's so clear. Next comes the email ID and password. Here, most of us have more than one email ID, yes or no? More than one email ID, right? And your password is not the same all the time, right? You'll have different passwords. So you need to have everything here because the email ID that you have linked to your bank might be different from your normal email ID that you use. So you got to make sure everything is put it down here. Okay. Next comes the bank details. So important. What's the primary mobile PIN and password for the bank, whichever is linked to the bank? Okay. Then what's the account number? Is it savings bank or current account? Who are the nominees? 99% don't submit the nominee form. Okay. This leads to a lot of litigation, court cases. IFSC, bank branch, okay, has the bank locker been availed? This is such an important thing, but many of my clients, they have taken bank locker facility. No one in the family knows about it. If he dies, what will happen to that asset? There might be something there, who knows? It can be some important documents, it can be some jewelry. It belongs to the family, right? So you got to make sure that is, captured out here. Here I mentioned here, I'm so sorry here. I mentioned here my supportive data in the sense here, in case if you're talking Karthik, okay, Karthik has to put in all the bank accounts of him. And Karthik, if he is married, he has to put spouse's bank data. Yeah. Okay, so that there's no miss out in any way. Yeah, this is a subsidiary, I mean, just a normal column called main data. If you want to put some in here, you can put in some comments or whatever, right? And then in case if you have taken the bank locker, where have you kept the key, bank locker key? Because that's most important. Without that, what's the point? Knowing, right? Name of the place, description of the place where you keep the key. And here also I've given an instruction. Keep the key along with other important bank docs like passbook, welcome letter, etc. in a separate pouch or file. Name that pouch file so that it's easy for your family to identify. Then what's a bank locker PIN in case if there's an electronic locker? Then bank login details. Bank login details, login ID, password, customer ID, debit card number, PIN of the debit card number, and transaction password. Basic things. Yeah. How many of you have done online banking here? All of us, right? We all know how important. Without these, you can't bloody access anything. Imagine the time of death, what will happen? Yeah. TGW CEO now. So multiple banks you have, right? Next comes investment data. Okay. Now I've just given an example here, FD1, FD2, FD3, 4, just 4. You can go on adding columns and whatever, and then you can have more information fed in there. Okay. What's the FD amount that you have? Let's say fixed deposit. When was it made? Date? What's the maturity date? Name of the bank where this FD is held. Whose name is the FD? Your name or your spouse? Or anyone else's, your parents. Login website, which link to login? What's the ID and password? And if at all, see, when we make any investment, it's usually we think that I'm doing this investment for this purpose, right? So which goal that you have actually linked this to? Which goal that you have actually linked this to, right? And then RSA token, in case, for example, HSBC or some banks have something called RSA token, okay, for any transaction. Okay, that also has to be provided out here. Okay, guys, just a moment. I went off the video. Let me see if I'm able to log back in on this. Are you able to see me? Are you able to see me? No? Quick check. Yes or no? Yes, Saurabh, I understand. Those of them who missed the session has actually missed a lot. Yeah, but see, the thing is, there's a lot of difference in watching the recording and being live. In live, I'm able to talk to you guys directly and answer your questions also, right? Okay, that is FD balance. Next comes properties. Okay, what are the properties that you have? Property 1, 2, 3, 4. Name of the property, type of the property, is it residential or commercial? Is it single ownership or joint? Okay, then for joint, who's a co-owner? Name and mobile number. Address of the property, PIN code, property, was it acquired via inheritance or purchased by own funds? These are very important because I have at least visited at least around 29 cases, okay, especially when it comes to this property acquisition. And I have I've represented in front of the Joint Commissioner and Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, sometimes with Commissioner also, because they want this information of someone who has passed away. Based on that, I'm putting this down. Okay. And then if purchased on loan, is the loan clear? Yes or no? If yes, copy of the no objection certificate from the bank and loan clearance letter. Has it been got or not? Track it. By going to this, you'll understand there's so much of things that you would have otherwise taken as granted. You'll start rectifying and actually straightening your life. And then details of the bank institution from where the loan was taken in case if the loan is not clear. Okay, loan giver, bank or institution details, branch or office of that, date of loan dispersed, amount of loan disbursed, interest rate, loan tenure, EMI amount, EMI period of which bank account is the EMI paid. You should know that also, right? And when's the EMI end date. Then comes mutual fund investments. Name of the fund, folio number, login ID, password of that, nominee details, name of the nominee, PAN of the nominee, percentage of ownership. Then date of investment, is it one-time investment or is it SIP? If it's SIP, what's the SIP amount? When's the SIP date? Bank account from which SIP happens. Okay, that's your mutual fund. Then coming to investments of shares, name of the investment, or rather name of the company where the shares have been invested in. Trading, are you using it for trading or for investment? Okay. Then investment date, then broker's details, name of the broker or trading account, website, login ID, password, and number of shares held and investment amount. Yeah. Then jewelry and gold. Okay. Here I'm taking, see, photos of all jewelry items, photos. Otherwise, how will anyone identify which is your jewelry? This is no, way back in 2009 or 10 when my first daughter was born. Meena and me, both of us, what we did was we took a stock of all the jewelry we pulled out from the bank lockers. We actually taken a photo. Because if, let's say, if the bank, for whatever reason, gets, there's a theft that happens. I've seen my own eyes, his own experience. If the theft happens and if the jewelry is lost, you can go and lodge a complaint. But how will the police, when they recover that, how will they know which jewelry is yours, which jewelry is someone else's? It so happens that in reality, we bribe someone, we get the best of the jewelry and we take. Doesn't matter if it belongs to us or not. This is a real fact, and I've seen my own eyes and experience. I'm explaining to you. That's why it's important to take photos of your jewelry. Okay, go and type in photo. Oh, it happened with you also, Karthik. Okay, type in photo. If you are, promising that you're going to be taking these things, type in photo. Just type in photo. Okay. Then get valuation statement from a jeweler. Store this document in a separate file. Purchase price, purchase from. Okay, what are the bills? You need to scan them and upload on a separate folder in Google Drive or the equivalent. Yeah. Then comes gold investment. Gold coins, what's a quantity? Item 1, item 2. Gold bars, investment via installments with a jeweler. Okay. Then gold ETF, login ID and password. And then e-gold, login and password. And then vehicles, we talk about vehicles also. Name of the vehicle, registration number, engine number, chassis number, bought on, insured by, insurance policy number. Okay. Then PF balance details. What's the amount as on date? Okay. Everything about PF, login ID, password, etc., etc., etc. Linked to which financial goal? Yeah. Then PPF, similar to PF, PPF, and then NPS, National Pension Scheme, and then other investment details. Whew. It gets overwhelming, right, to see it. But you know what? You know what? It's just once in a life you have to do this activity. After that, all you have to do is just go on revising it. That's it. Every week it takes around 10 minutes to revise. Yeah. How many of you are willing to take that action? Type in me. How many of you are willing to take the action of making a life continuity plan for yourself and for your family? Just type in me. Isn't it simply freaking powerful? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all for confirming that. Then comes the insurance details. One is investment data, and then comes the insurance details. Insurance detail, life insurance and health insurance, I've covered it here. Okay. Name of the insurer, what's the policy number, insured amount, premium amount, nominee, name of the insured. Is it you or your spouse, your children or your parents or in-laws? You've got to mention that also. Then link to access this policy online, which is the website link. What's login ID, password? Simple. Yeah, because 99% of the insurances today, everything is online. Okay. You completed almost 50% of this activity, Santosh. Excellent. Good to know. So you have another 50% to cover. Hear me out. Then comes tax details. Okay. What's the income tax login ID, password? Okay. Then GST login ID, password. Who's your CA? His or her mobile number. By the way, here, how many of you here are girls, women here? Most of the times we see, when we talk about a CA lawyer, we say he, his. Here purposely, I put it as her and his, her being first. Okay, this is a feedback I got from a few of my friends, and that's why exactly what I want to use it, to make sure that, we give, if not equal, more respect and weightage to our wonderful, the best source of energy in this universe, the women. Okay, her or his mobile number, her or his email ID, lawyer name, her or his mobile number and email ID. See, can you feel it once you have all this located? Let's say, man, for whatever reason, you share this with your child, and when your child grows up, he's able to see, he or she is able to see, and she get the entire story. They know where exactly what. Then, of course, the loan details, type of loan, linked to which asset, is it car or house, etc. Then, who's the loan giver, right? Amount of loan, disbursed, interest rate, tenure, EMI, blah, 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 blah. In whose name the loan is taken, login ID, password, website. Then, credit cards, type of card, what was the card limit, credit used, due dates of payment, amount outstanding, card number, name of the card holder, primary card or add-on card. Yeah, this is what I call as a financial life continuity. Like this, to assess this entire thing, what I've done is I have made checklists for business. Similarly, I've made checklists for salary also. In case if salary, make sure all these things are always uploaded on the drive year on year. Okay, all the pay slips, all the investment proofs, because I'm talking many times, I think from income tax perspective also and legal perspective also, because I've been in both spaces, right? It's important because sometimes they might ask you for a proof what happened 10 years back. So it's better to keep all this handy. Then health insurance policy from employer, medical insurance cards, employee ID. Employee ID is very important. So for example, Meena, she works for IBM, my wife. And I would need to know her employee ID, because in case something happens, I call them like, what's the employee ID? To validate, to authenticate, right? And then UN copy, which is basically linked to your PF. Then checklist for properties. Do you have the purchase deed? Is it uploaded? PAN of the seller, Aadhaar of seller, mobile number of seller, whoever sold the property to you when you bought, right? Then Khata copy of that, loan sanction letter from bank in case if it's applicable, plan of the property from the builder, property purchase receipts from the builder, then sale deed if any, and then latest property tax paid receipt. Yeah, this is what I call, my friend, the life continuity plan. Once you have this, all you have to do is week on week, go on updating this for like 10 to 15 minutes a week. Yeah, this is how detailed your life can be made possible, and same at the same time, how simple it can be made possible. Yeah, how is it? How many of you would like to get a copy of this? Manjula, yes, you have. Raise your hand, go ahead, and you have a question to ask. You're going to come there very soon.
Yeah, Vivek, this was
Hello,
an
Maya.
awesome session, and it is so important. With my personal experience, I should say that it is the most important thing which you are sharing. My question here is, since I had passed through this situation, there is no mention of sale of property which is inherited by a minor.
Okay.
So those are the situations where families get entangled once there is a situation arises.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good one.
I think that's referring to a will. I think so. All right.
When there is no will, what will you do?
Yeah. So that is, see, one is, okay, in my opinion, you actually brought up a topic of will, which I wanted to cover in my next meetup. Okay, so this is a starting step of I think is the LCP. After that is the will. In will, when all these things is done, everything will get covered in will. That I'm going to also make it like a working session where I'll be helping you guys to try and do this online yourself, the will. But that's going to be covered in the next session. But your point is well taken, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. One more point I just wanted to mention. Are you sharing the link for this document?
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
And is there any article on this, Vivek? I would like to share it with most of them.
I will bring up something and I'll share with you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll write a blog on it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, any other questions, folks? Any of you? Q&A. I know most of you have asked for a copy of that. Except for that, any other questions any of you have?
Vivek, can I say something?
Of course, please.
Thank you. I think you took an awful long time to make this document, and you're just dishing it out. You know, I can see the effort you have put in here, and if you haven't, if you share it, it will be awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
That's the whole intention, Brian. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great. Because it's I think it's a simple file, right? I think it's like a self-explanatory one. Yes, someone wanted
Can
to
I
ask?
say something again, Vivek? If
Sure,
you don't mind?
sure.
Vivek, I'm a grandfather. My children are married. They have kids.
Okay.
And believe me, I've not done this document. If something happens to me today, I have property, I have money, and no one will know where it goes. Yeah, sorry. Sorry to say that. Very sad to say that. Yeah.
That's okay, sir. The whole deal is life is a learning journey, right? If not before, at least you learn now. So the question is, what can I do now? That's the whole idea. What can I do now? That's all. So now you know, now you do it. Simple. Problem solved. Solution. Focus on solution. That's it. But anyway, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you sharing with that. Dr.
Hi,
Swapnil.
Vivek, can I speak something?
Hi,
Karuna this
Karuna.
side. Hi.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi. I just, I mean, in between there was a connection problem. I wanted to ask you if you had put in the DMAT account number and the depository participant. I think it was not there. Hello. DMAT account number and the depository participant login ID.
Yeah, not mentioned the Yes, I'm making note of it.
Yeah.
Participatory ID. Yes. Yep.
Because even that is very important, right?
That was a good catch, Karuna. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, if any of you file, go and put in the comments in the IELTS network. Put your comments in the IELTS network. I will be reviewing that and I'll be seeing what best I can do that. Definitely. Thank you, Karuna. Any last question?
Yeah. Welcome.
Last
Vivek.
two questions,
Welcome.
perhaps I can take. You're welcome. Money lent to someone else. That's why I have made a residual one category called other investments. So that's where you can go on adding. If not, just copy this entire and just go on adding whatever is there. But that's also a good one. Money lent to someone else. I'll make note of it. Good. Okay.
Also, maybe in case anyone has a health policy, the details can be, that is also imperative. Health policy.
That's there. That's already there. But health insurance is definitely there. There, in fact, see, the whole deal is I have another detailed computation, okay, of which I do as called as financial fitness. That's where all this information is taken in much depth, okay. But if I put that out here, it will be overwhelming for people. Let them start with this, and then later on, we can work on having a more detailed one. But that's a very good point. Health insurance is most important. Amazing. Royalty details, unsecured loans and lending. You guys are awesome, giving me such good ideas. See, this is the power of mastermind, right? Community, where we go on together with so much of things, we can come with such beautiful things. And imagine that kind of lives. Once you get a hand of this, imagine for your family and friends, you share it. Yeah.
Why? No. You have to go home and take.
Dr. Swapnil, I think you need to be on mute. Okay. Riggs, you want to say something?
No, thanks.
Okay. Cheers. Amazing. Now let's come to another thing now where we speak about yeah, we'll cover this a little later, or rather, how many of you realize that once you have this ready, what do you do with this? Right? It's important that we communicate freely with our family members, right? Including our kids. Even if your kid is 8 years, 9 years, it's okay to start talking because the amount of awareness that they have today has like never been there in
Vivek, we are
what
losing
we
you.
have
Your
seen
voice is getting distorted.
especially me when I was growing up. I didn't think,
Vivek,
I don't think so. I had
Vivek?
this type of
Vivek, your voice is getting
awareness
distorted.
the
We are
way
losing
my
you.
daughters have. Okay?
Vivek, you need to
Hello.
check your internet connection. Your
So
voice is
it
getting
was like
distorted.
always depending
Just hold
on
on,
my
just hold on.
parents
I'll
for
just
everything. But my kids are able to think and take decisions themselves already.
You can SMS him or you can call him separately.
what
Yes,
happens
I'm
is a
sending him a
parent where-
message. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, now. Okay, okay. I can. Sure. Okay, okay. Am I back?
Yeah, Vivek, are you, your connectivity is a little low. You want to change it or you want to hold on and do it again?
Okay, can you hear me?
No, 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 no. Not yet. Yeah.
No? Please shift the place, just a moment.
Hold on, guys. Vivek will be back. Just hold on for a minute.
I hope this is better now. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Vivek. No,
Okay.
it's perfect.
Okay, I had to.
Go on, go on.
So basically, the room that I was sitting in is my meditation room, and
Okay.
I had some guests at home today, guys. So I usually in my meditation room I do only that or reading my book. Okay.
It's
One
okay.
of
It's
the
okay.
things-
Go on, go on, go on. Go ahead.
this is my book that I'm reading now. Anyway, let's continue with what I was sharing. See, look, it's very simple. One is knowing all these things is one thing, okay? But what are you going to do about it? How are you going to make sure your family is communicated well? Okay, I was talking, giving an example of kids. My younger daughter Twisha, she can pick up things like this. If I tell her, explain to her something, there are a few things she doesn't understand, but most of the things she's able to comprehend. Right? So it's okay to let them know that, you know what, there is something, a plan that we have made as a family where we have every information about what all we own, what all we owe. Now the toys, like how you know where your toys are, like that we know where our assets are. So you should be aware there's a file like this, we have this kind of conversation. Because as a parent, you know what, we wear several hats, bring up the children, right? Regardless of our marital and income status, we have numerous accountabilities because our children really depend on us for everything, right? So one of the chief responsibility as a parent is securing their financial future through two things. One is life continuity plan, and second thing is a financial plan. Yes or no? Do you agree? We all have to have a, like how we have goals in life, we need to have a bad. My network, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, a slight up and down, but I think now you're fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a position here and there. I think your connectivity is getting lost. Just,
Acha. Okay. Okay.
tell it's okay. Just go. It's okay. Go. Thanks.
Sure. So what I was saying is that, our children are like, canvas. Yeah, they're like canvas. They absorb and reflect all that is cast upon them. Yeah, so it's very crucial to pay absolute attention during the prime years, guys. Okay, so planning your finances and life continuity plan, wisely now for a comfortable future for you and your kids can be actually quite daunting, but it can get harder if you don't do it. How many of you agree to that? Yeah, it's better to invest your time and efforts now and be happy later than not do anything now and then maybe suffer later. Yeah. If you're with me, type in yes. Type in yes if you're with me. Right? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, see, from meeting your current needs to raising children to be financially independent, you need to make some thought of decisions at every step in your life. You know what? Statistics say 76% of Indians, adult population, does not fare well on matters of financial planning, actually. Why? One of the main reason is absence of such a subject in our education system. Okay. How many of you have qualified any postgraduates, CA, MBA, anyone in finance field here? Just type in me here or raise your hand. Karuna, you're there. Santosh, you're there. In any of the thing that you have, for me, CA Institute has not taught, they have educated me, but they have not taught me the skills. They've not taught me way to live life. They've not taught me how to handle failure. Do you agree with me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Karuna,
yes, absolutely, Vivek. I totally agree, because schools, they do not teach any life skills. It is very important to educate our children on the financial, not only on the financial side, but also to handle failures in their life. It is all very important skills, right?
Precisely, right? So can we change the education system? Maybe, maybe not. But can we change the system in our house? We can. So by you, first of all, learning how to do it well and teaching the children. Okay. So that's why you're in the right place at the right time now. So, you can never be in that category of that 76%. You would want to be in the other 24%, right? Even if you are doing very well, even if you are aware of everything, have you been actually taking action of making sure your children are communicated and making sure your family is secure? It's a question you need to ask yourself and give an answer to yourself. Okay. So on that light, there is some quick tips on financial planning I would like to share. I'm not going to get depth into it, just quick ones. Okay. I would recommend all of you take a photo of it. Let me, what I'll do is, let me share only this, guys. I think it was in a presenter mode. I don't know how to get off it. Let me, yeah. Oops. Okay. Yeah. I found it. Yeah. So take a photo of this. I would recommend all of you. Yeah. On your mobile. Few tips to set up your financial planning straight. Okay. Always pay off your debts. Prepay, not repay. The difference is one letter P. Power of compounding. You prepay even 2,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees per month towards your loan outstanding. You will realize your loan is getting cleared sooner than you expected. Instead of a 20-year loan, if you start prepaying right from beginning around 10 or 15,000 rupees extra, for example, your loan will get, on an average gets covered within 8 or 9 years, will get closed out. That's the power of compounding. Okay. Next is budget your monthly expenses. Everything, including the spend that you have for saloon, massages, including the spend that you have for buying liquor, cigarettes, partying, whatever. Have a budget for each and everything. Buy health insurance to cover medical costs. Buy requisite. I would recommend 5 health insurances, 5 types. Normal health cover, COVID cover, critical illness cover, because of heart surgery. Okay, sorry, in case if someone has got first-time cancer, a cost is minimum of 18 lakhs in the first 6 months. 18 lakhs. No insurance company will just cover 18 lakhs in case if you don't have critical illness cover. You need to have critical illness cover for you and your family. Okay. Next, protect your interests. Go for adequate life insurance coverage for yourself and your spouse. Do not expect returns from insurance. Insurance is to cover it's risk of your life, not to pay you money. For that you have investment, for that you have mutual fund separate, insurance investment separate. Okay. Insurance and investment, always separate. Next, find ways to increase your income, consistent, passive, increasing income. That's one of the code of honor of SIDS, right? Then enhance your net worth. Did you know, if at all you're 40 years old, what should be the net worth? Any guesses? Is there a thumb rule? Yes, there is a thumb rule. If at all you're 40 years old, and if you're earning, let's say, around 30 lakhs as your CTC, annual income, what should be your net worth? It should be a minimum of 20 times or 30 times of what you earn. Yeah. Then don't forget about those beautiful golden years, because golden years is where you'll have the maximum expense, because the amount of expense later on will be so high that you'll stop earning, and whatever money that you have actually accumulated is not enough to pay you. So you got to be extremely, extremely cautious about not just keeping retirement corpus, but how we're going to spend for the next 30, 40 years. What are you going to do with that corpus? That also you need to have a plan. Then educate your children about financial planning right from day one. Okay. So have you all taken a photo of this? Yeah. This slide is not going to be shared, guys. You have to take a photo. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for confirming. Awesome. This is all that I had for today, to talk you guys through this one. Hey, by the way, in case if you want to talk more about it, here you go, askvivekji.com, or chat with me on Internet Lifestyle Hub. Okay, you have the chat option. You can chat with me. I'll be able to assist you. Okay. Next comes, Q&A. I think we